James Madison was born on March 16, 1751. James Madison had died on June 28, 1836. Before he was president, he was a representative helping to plan the new Constitution. James Madison wrote anonymous articles with John Jay and Alexander Hamilton to help convince them to ratify.
I was actually about to do my softball game, and I was completely shocked. I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. I knew I did pretty good on the project. I just wasn't expecting that at that moment.
When I saw her project, I was very confident in submitting it because after seeing some of the other submissions from the previous years, I was like, you know what, I think she really has a good chance here. And I'm willing to always take a shot at that sort of stuff. I was getting ready to leave for the day, and finally I got the little ping, and it said, Michaela W. from New York, won, blah, 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 blah. And I know she was a softball player, so I knew she was downstairs in the cafeteria. I've never run through this building so fast in my life. I ran down to the cafeteria, I was like, Michaela, you won! Her entire softball team just erupted. They had no idea what she won. They were just so supportive of her.
I chose James Madison because I found that his presidency was like during a very important time for the U.S. It was also because it was like between Great Britain and stuff. I also found that like his wife, like when she saved the portrait, that was pretty cool too. So I thought he had some interesting facts. I think he made some very good choices that were important for our country to grow and develop, because if he didn't make some of those choices, Great Britain could have like done stuff and probably ruined it. So I feel like he made some smart decisions then too.
I would say she puts 110% effort into all of her assignments, definitely not just social studies, but she is an extremely dedicated student. She's extremely involved in our school community. She was in our school musical, she's on our school softball team, and she's balancing all of that with her schoolwork. So the fact that she was able to spend so much of her own free time on these assignments and to go the extra mile to do so well on something like this really speaks volumes about her as a student and her character in general.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite subjects. I like the teacher. I love learning about the past, because like once you learn about the past, you know how the future was created and all the building blocks to it too.
We talked about how it's a national competition that for middle schoolers and high schoolers across the country to participate in, and kids can submit for all of the presidents of the United States, but we limited it to the first 5. So Michaela was very skillful in her choice. I think she knew everyone was going to pick George Washington, and she was like, I want to be different. I want to stand out, and I want to win. And so she was like, not many people are going to submit for James Madison because he's overlooked. So honestly, she went in with some background knowledge. She was like, people don't really talk about him that much. I'm going to pick him, and I'm going to make a great project on him so that I can win. And she did it. So honestly, good for her. Why not get the wider community perspective and have them interact and know that other middle schoolers are doing the same thing right now across the country, so that they can have that interaction and see some of their work like come to fruition, especially for Michaela, who was able to see that follow through finally. And I think it was cool for her peers to see like, wow, this did actually happen. Mrs. Boyley was not lying to us. We actually got a student who won and won a prize for it, and that's awesome.